Good morning, Prep 3 students. Today, we're going to discuss the questions and answers of the workbook based on Unit 14, New Hello. Wonders of the World. Exercise number 1, match the words and their meanings. You better have your book so that you will write the answers and follow me. We have to match. The first place is, or word is Greece. Number 1, Greece. Number 2, dome. Number 3, marble. Number 4, minaret. Number 5, monument. And number 6, ruler. The sentences to be matched. A, something that is built to remind people of an important event or person. B, a very hard white, black or pink rock used for building. C, a tall, thin tower. D, a person like a king who can tell people what to do. E, a country between Italy and Turkey. And F, the top of a building that is the shape of half a ball. Number 1 is done for you. Greece is a country between Italy and Turkey. Number 2, dome. Yes, it's the top of a building that is the shape of a half a ball. So 2 matches with F. Number 3, marble. Marble is a very hard white, black or pink rock used for building. 3 matches with B. 4, minaret. Minaret is a tall, thin tower. 4 matches with C. 5, monument. Yes, something that is built to remind people of an important event or person. This is A. And 6, ruler. A person like a king who can tell people what to do. This is D. So, 1 matches with E, 2 matches with F, 3 matches with B, 4 matches with C, 5 matches with A, and 6 matches with D. Exercise 2. Write what you would say in each of the following situations using the present perfect passive. Let's remember the main rule for turning or changing present perfect sentences or active sentences into passive. Number 1, you begin with the object, and then you use verb to have, whether have, either have or as, or has, according to the object. Then you have been and the past participle of the main verb. Number 1, your mother asks if you have finished cleaning the kitchen. The dishes are not clean yet. So, the object is the dishes. We would say the dishes haven't been or being cleaned yet. Number 2, your friend asks you when the book club will meet. The club didn't decide. So, the meeting hasn't been decided yet. Number 3, a friend asks you who won the sports competition this afternoon. Your brothers, who will won it? So, the sports competition has been won by my brother's school. Exercise 3. Complete the sentences using the present perfect passive of the verbs in brackets. Number 1. We have been taught the present perfect in English. Number 2. What's the most expensive thing that buy at the market this week? So, what is the most expensive thing? Remember, this is the form of a question. So, what is the most expensive thing that has been bought at the market this week? Number 3. The students in my class not tell about the dates of the exam yet. So, the students in my class haven't been told. Number 4. Some buildings damaged in the earthquake have been damaged. Number 5, a question. Any trees planted in the park this year? We will begin with have any trees been planted in the park this year? Let's move on to exercise number 4, and you can do it on your own. Write 2 sentences about the changes in your school over the last 5 years using the present perfect passive. For example, a new building has been built. Remember, you begin with the object, use verb to have, either have or has, and then been plus past participle of the main verb. Let's move on to the following page. Page 19, exercise 1. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Number 1. Is Lake Nasser natural or is it man-made? Made by people. Number 2. Baghdad is a big city in, yes, Iraq. 3. There is a big where the river goes over a cliff, a fall, a waterfall, a water drop, a water cycle, a waterfall. 4. You can usually find trees and birds at an in the desert, art gallery, adventure, oasis or object, of course, at an oasis in the desert. Let's move on to exercise 2 on page 19. Complete the dialogue. Agree, disagree, exactly, point, think of, language function. How to express your opinion. Agree with someone's opinion or disagree. Or how to ask about other people's opinion. Other people's opinion. Dina, what do you think of this building, this big building in London? Generally speaking, whenever you have a dialogue or a question in which you're asked to choose the right answer or even complete, read the whole question first, because this will help you find the right answer easily. Nihal, I think the building is very boring. Dina, I am afraid it's a new building for an art gallery. I like it. Nihal, you have it there. The modern building is amazing. Do you? Dina, that's how I feel. I think that London has an exciting mix of old and new buildings. Let's fill in. Number 2. I am afraid I disagree. It's a new building for an art gallery. I like it. Nihal, you have a point there. The modern bridge is amazing. Do you agree? Dina, that's exactly how I feel. I think that London has an exciting mix of old and new buildings. Let's move on to exercise 3. Write what you would say in each of the following situations. You see a photo of a modern museum. Your friend says that he or she doesn't like it, but you have another opinion. Yes, I'm afraid I disagree. And you have 2 more styles to express this. Go back to your unit and check them and study them by heart. And of course you might say, I like it, I find it interesting, whatever. Number 2, there is a new cafe in your area. You want to know what your friend thinks about it. What do you think of the new cafe? What do you think about the new cafe? I like the new cafe. Do you agree? Okay. Number 3, your friend says that the test you both did was very easy. You express your opinion. If you agree, you would say, that's exactly how I feel. If you disagree, you would say, I'm afraid I disagree. I find it easy, or I found it easy. Sometimes he asks you to agree or to disagree, and this decides what you are going to choose to answer. In this case, you can give one of these 2 answers. Number 4, you tell your brother or sister that the hotel you all stayed in was very nice. You want to know if he or she thinks the same. You would say, the hotel we stayed in was very nice. Do you agree? And this would be the suitable answer. Let's move on to page 20. Exercise number 1. Misprint, misread, redo, and reread. Misprint means that something is printed in a wrong way. Misread means that something is read in a wrong way. To redo something means to repeat it again or to do it once more. To reread means to read something once more. Number 1, the teacher asked Hassan to redo his homework because he didn't do it very well. Number 2, look, it says today's news in the newspaper. This is a misprint, and misprint here is a noun, which means a mistake in the printing. Number 3, I misread his name and thought he was called Tim instead of Tom. This is a verb. I misread. Number 4, it's a good idea to reread any books that you are studying at school to understand them better. This is a verb. Let's move on to exercise 2. Match the pictures and the fact files about 4 wonders of the world. Chichen Itza, picture A. Petra, picture B. The Colosseum, picture C. And the Great Wall of China, of course, picture D. Number 1, the place D, China. What is it? A wall that is 6,300 kilometers long, built between around 200 BCE, before Common Era, and the 14th century. Interesting facts used to keep people out of the country. Number 2, place Jordan, which is Petra, B. What is it? An ancient city built between around 300 BCE and the 5th century. Interesting fact, has 800 monuments, including palaces and towers. Number 3, place Mexico, picture A. Chichen Itza. What is it? A pyramid built between around 750 and 1200 CE. Interesting fact, in the 1400s, all the people left the city around the pyramid. And number 4, Italy, picture C. What is it? A stadium. Colosseum is a stadium. Built between 72 and 80 CE. Interesting facts, 50,000 people came here to watch sports and it was free to enter. Let's move on to exercise 3. Write about a visit to a wonder of the world. Choose one of the places in this unit or one of the original wonders of the world. Describe it using adjectives like modern, traditional, or beautiful. What do you know about the history of the place? What can you see and do there? Let's talk about the Great Pyramid at Giza. It's one of the 7 wonders of the world. The Great Pyramid at Giza, of course, is located in Egypt, at Giza. It was built about 2,560 years ago. It was built as a tomb for the royal family of the pharaoh of the 4th family. Thousands of tourists visit this ancient, beautiful, and grand wonder. Well, we came to the end of the unit. Thank you very much. Hope you understood. Good luck.